Shalom, all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Kodesh, double honors unto the apostles and elders of GMS and the true leaders of Israel today, and salutations to all of the Akim who do this work in truth and sincerity, risking their lives and their freedoms to do so, as well as the scattered Israelites who come looking like the heathen but are not, by way of their forefathers, seeds or Israelite men. The true name of the Most High is Yahweh, and his son's name is Yahushai, and the Lord's holy chosen people are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, as well the ones who suffer under the curses in the book of Deuteronomy. My name is Ezekiel, and I'm from the GMS Jamaica Kingston camp, and this video is about the prophecy in Ezekiel chapter 38. Alright, so first I read this title: Turkey officially applies to join BRICS. Now, why is it important? Why am I bringing this out? Well, Bible prophecy lets you know what's up. Okay, and in the book of Ezekiel chapter 38, let's just start at verse 2. Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and prophesy against him. Gog and Magog refer to the Russians today. Okay, your modern day Russians, right? As the Russians dwell in the land where Gog and Magog once dwelt. All right, that land originally belonged to Gog and Magog, right? But Russia, the Russians are there now. All right, so it's referring to them as they're in that land, and say, Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal. And that's talking about the Russians. Okay, and the Russians are Edomites, okay, who are these so-called white people. Their forefather goes back to Esau. And I'll turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I'll bring thee forth, and all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor. So the Lord is going to be putting the spirit upon them to go to war. And we know that World War III is a part of biblical prophecy. Okay, let me just get that real quick. Revelation 11 and verse 14. The second woe is past, talking about World War II, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly, which is talking about World War III. Okay, so World War III is on the way, and Russia will be a part of it. Back to Ezekiel chapter 38 and verse 4. Even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. So a great company, which are the allies of Russia. All right, take a look at what's going on in the world today in regards to Russia. Who is Russia aligned with? Okay, Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya, with them, all of them with shield and helmet. So this is talking about Russia's allies. So Persia, today that's known as Iran, and the Iranians are the biblical Elamites. In the book of 2nd Esdras, it talks about the Carmanians going forth in great wrath. To paraphrase, those Carmanians are those Iranians, okay, who are Elamites. Ethiopia and Libya, those are so-called African nations who are the Hamites, all right? With them, all of them with shield and helmet. Gomer and all his bands, the house of Togarmah, of the north quarters, and all his bands, and many people with thee. Okay, so Gomer and all his bands, the house of Togarmah. All right, this in Ezekiel chapter 38 and verse 6 is referring to Turkey. When you look at the map, once again, just like how Gog and Magog, okay, here refers to the Russians as they dwell in that land today, it's the same thing for Turkey. Turkey dwells in that land today, okay, where Gomer once was. Okay, so I just quickly did a Google search, okay, to find a visual representation for it, and here it is. There it is. That's where Turkey's at. All right. So, by the way, if you take a look at this, okay, and you look at this prophecy, right, where Russia's allies are, okay, look at where they're positioned. And then when you know about the rest of the biblical prophecy regarding World War III and the area where Yahweh Shemeshai will be gathering the heathen together, right, that place is the so-called Middle East right there. In Joel chapter 2 and verse 20, it lets you know, okay, where it's at. It's going to be at the land of Saudi Arabia, right? And you see Saudi Arabia right there, and you see all of these enemies surrounding them, right? Which are the allies of Russia, Russia and her allies, all right? And when I said their enemies, I'm referring to America, the state of Israel, and NATO, all right? Because they are against Russia and her allies. So it's that area over there, man. Okay. Going back to the article, Okay? So, let me finish Ezekiel 38 and verse 7. Be thou prepared and prepare for thyself and all thy company and that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them. So Russia's a guard unto its allies. Okay? Now, Turkey is currently a part of NATO, right? But the Bible prophecy says that Turkey will be joining Russia and her allies to go to war. And since we're at the end of times, okay, of the rulership of the Edomites, we're going to see Bible prophecy manifest. And so we continue to see the buildup of Turkey eventually, however it's going to happen, breaking off from its current alliance and moving on to work with the opposing end, right, which is Russia and her allies. And Turkey, for years now, I've been following Turkey since I've been in the truth. And the relationship between Turkey and her allies is deteriorating, right? Where it's gotten to the point where, with the recent situation with the state of Israel, Turkey has come down saying that they want to bring the hammer down on the state of Israel for the things that they're doing. They don't agree with it, and they're, all kinds of things. Okay, so they're critical of their current allies. And so they're making moves, as biblical prophecy says, that Turkey will be joining Russia to battle. Here it is. Point blank. The bid will be considered by the group's member states, and aid to the Russian president has said. Turkey has officially applied to join BRICS. Russian presidential aide Yuri Yushakov said on Wednesday, confirming that the group's member states will consider the bid. Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan has also accepted the Kremlin's invitation to attend the BRICS summit in the Russian city of Kazan, set to take place on October 22nd to 24th, according to Yushakov. Russia is currently chairing the organization. Turkey has submitted an application for full-fledged membership. We will consider it, Yushakov told reporters. Bloomberg reported on Monday that Ankara submitted an application to become part of BRICS some months ago, partially driven by risks between Turkey and the rest of NATO over the Ukraine conflict. Turkey is the first NATO state to seek membership in the non-Western BRICS group. I mean, can the prophecy speak any louder? A spokesman for Erdogan's ruling AK party, Ömer Çelik, later confirmed that the application process is underway and that Erdogan has stated several times that Turkey aspires to become a BRICS member. Our request on this issue is clear. This process is ongoing, but there is no concrete development regarding this. Our president has clearly stated that Turkey wants to take part in all important platforms, including BRICS. BRICS was founded in 2006 by Brazil, Russia, India, and China, with South Africa joining in 2011. The group expanded this year with Egypt, Ethiopia, Iran, and the United Arab Emirates became full members. Bible profs, bro. Ezekiel 38 says who? Turkey. Okay, so here it is. Turkey's wanting to join, right? And then here, Persia. Remember I said Persia. Okay, those are the Iranians today. So Iran joined them. It mentions right here Ethiopia. And the scripture itself mentions Ethiopia. All right, Egypt. All right. I mean, is a representation of Ham regardless. The Hamites. Egypt, Ethiopia, Libya. There it is, right? It's very beautiful to see, actually, because the prophets of Yahweh Shemeshai have been waiting for these moments. Okay? Meanwhile, Turkey's application has sparked concerns in the EU. The bloc spokesman Peter Steno reportedly said during a press conference in Brussels on Tuesday that as a candidate to join the EU, European Union, Ankara had to respect EU values and foreign policy preferences despite having the right to choose which international organizations to join. Turkey was declared an EU candidate country in 1999 and has been in negotiations to join since 2005. However, the European Parliament suspended accession talks with the country in 2019 over alleged human rights violations. The Turkish leadership is reportedly growing frustrated over the lack of progress in its decades-long bid, according to Bloomberg. And so the prophecy shall come to pass. I mean, it is going to come to pass because the word of the Lord does not go up void, and it shall accomplish thereto where it was sent. To paraphrase, I think that's Isaiah 55 and verse 11. All right. But here it is that now the EU, it has sparked concerns that Turkey wants to join the enemies of the EU, NATO, America, and the state of Israel. All right. And, this is Esau's kingdom. This is Esau's kingdom, a kingdom divided. And the scriptures say that a kingdom divided I think I'm looking for the one. Mark 3 and verse 24. And if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. And the kingdom of the Edomites is very divided. I mean, you can see, let's look at the main superpowers of the Edomites. Okay, you have America, which is the head, right? She's at the top, the whore that rideth the beast, right? The beast is NATO, and then you have the 10 horns, which is the European Union. They all work together. And then the state of Israel is protected by those entities, okay, especially America. And then the state of Israel is like an unofficial member of NATO. And those are all Edomites. Meanwhile, just within that little gathering together of Edomites, you have tensions within that specific circle of, the European members doing things that weakens America's position on the world stage. And that has been happening over time, which is a part of biblical prophecy too. In Revelation chapter 17 and verse 16, that they shall eat her flesh and then burn her with fire, because America's own allies are going to turn against her and destroy her by thermonuclear fire. But they will go to World War III with her. And you have all of that dissension among the Edomites, and then you have that right there, their own problems right there, and then you have this whole other Edomite power that is completely against them, that is recruiting the aid of the heathen to fight against them. So this kingdom cannot stand. It is completely divided. And if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand. And the house of Edom is completely divided. And if Satan rise up against himself and be divided, he cannot stand but hath an end. The adversary, which is Esau. Okay, so this is just what it is, man. This is just an update regarding this prophecy in Ezekiel chapter 38 and more to come. With that, all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Shem Yeshua Bashim Kakodesh. Shalom.